My husband divorced me by text message and emptied our joint account. He had no idea what was coming. The shocking text message, I'll never forget the day my world fell apart. It was just an ordinary Tuesday morning. The sun was shining, the air smelled like spring, and I had just poured myself a cup of coffee. My phone buzzed on the table, and without much thought, I picked it up. The message was from my husband, Mark. And it wasn't the kind of message you'd expect from the man you'd loved and shared your life with for 8 years. It simply said, "I'm done. This marriage isn't working for me anymore. I've moved out.
Please don't contact me.
My lawyer will reach out. My heart stopped. My chest tightened. I read it over and over again, each time hoping I had misunderstood. This couldn't be real. The man I vowed to spend my life with wouldn't just leave me like this, would he? But reality hit me like a slap to the face. This wasn't a nightmare I'd wake up from. This was real. And then panic set in. One thought struck me like lightning. Our joint bank account. My hands trembled as I opened the banking app, and my worst fears were confirmed. Not a penny. Every dollar we had worked for, sacrificed for, and saved together, it was all gone. The trips we skipped, the things we went without, the dreams we worked so hard to build, all of it gone. My entire body went numb. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think. How could someone I trusted completely betray me like this? I sat frozen at my desk, staring blankly at the screen. My coworker tapped me on the shoulder, asking if I was okay, but I couldn't respond. I grabbed my bag, muttered something about needing to leave, and stumbled out of the office. Driving home felt surreal. My hands gripped the steering wheel so tightly they hurt. Tears blurred my vision, but even that couldn't prepare me for what I found when I walked into our apartment. It was empty. His clothes were gone. His toiletries were gone. Even the stupid coffee mug I'd bought him as a joke was gone. It was like he had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the faint scent of his cologne. I collapsed to my knees in the living room, sobbing uncontrollably. I had loved this man, trusted him, built a life with him, and with one cruel, calculated move, he had taken everything from me. The days that followed were a blur of pain and confusion. I replayed every moment of our marriage in my head, searching for signs I might have missed. Were there clues? Red flags I ignored? How could I have been so blind? But nothing could have prepared me for what I uncovered next. As I dug deeper into the mess he left behind, I discovered the unimaginable. Mark hadn't just emptied our savings, he had been hiding massive debts. Debts racked up in my name. Credit cards, loans, even a car lease. He had been lying to me for years, living a double life right under my nose. The betrayal cut so deep, I thought I'd never recover. But then, something inside me snapped. I wasn't going to let him destroy me. Not after everything I had sacrificed. If Mark thought he could walk away without consequences, he was wrong. I hired the best lawyer I could afford, even though I had barely anything left. She listened as I poured out every detail, every lie, every betrayal, every stolen dollar. When I finished, she looked me in the eye and said, "We're going to make him pay for this." And that's exactly what we did. The deeper we dug, the uglier the truth became. Mark wasn't just deceitful, he was reckless. He'd been funneling money into a secret account, splurging on things I didn't even know existed. And the ultimate betrayal? He wasn't just leaving me. He was leaving us. Mark had another wife, another life, another entire family in another city. When I found out, I couldn't breathe. How had I missed it? How could he hide something so massive for so long? My entire marriage had been a lie, a carefully crafted facade to mask the truth of who he really was. But here's the thing about lies. They always catch up with you. When we presented the evidence in court, Mark's smug demeanor crumbled. The man who thought he was untouchable suddenly looked very small. The judge saw right through him, and she didn't just call him out. She tore him apart. Mark was ordered to repay every stolen dollar, plus damages. His fraudulent actions came back to haunt him in ways he never saw coming. He lost his job, his reputation, and the cushy life he had built on lies. But for me, the real victory wasn't in the courtroom. It was in reclaiming my life. I started over from scratch, finding strength I didn't know I had. I rebuilt my confidence, learned to trust myself again, and moved forward without the weight of his betrayal holding me back. Today, I look back on that text message, the one that almost destroyed me, and see it for what it truly was, a turning point. The end of one chapter and the beginning of a new one. Mark thought he could break me, but all he did was set me free. And if you're listening to this, feeling like your world is falling apart, let me tell you this. You are stronger than you think. The storm may feel like it's tearing you apart, but one day, you'll realize it was clearing the path for something better. Because the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about thriving. It's about living a life so full and beautiful that the people who tried to hurt you can't even fathom your strength. And that, my friends, is exactly what I did.